Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another one. And what I'm looking at is another beer from Boulevard Brewing Company out of Kansas City, Missouri. This is the sixth glass. It's a quadruple ale, clocking in at 10.2% alcohol by volume and 22 IBUs. I love a good quad. It's one of my favorite styles. Typically, they're going to be high ABV, 10.2%. I've had the St. Bernardus App 12, the Chimay Blue, and Red Cap. All world-class beers are pretty darn near close. Let's give this one a beer. A pour. Can't talk today, guys. This is my first beer, too, so go figure. All right, so typical quadruple appearance. You've got that kind of hazy brown color with slight ruby hues going on in there when you hold it up to the light. The head is kind of like a tan, which is dissipating rather quickly, kind of a fizzy sounding head. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Anyway, typical quadruple ale appearance in the glass. Immediately on the aroma, I'm picking up some dark fruit, a little bit of dates, figs. I'm getting a slight banana note with this one from the Belgian yeast. I'm getting more banana with this than I was getting with any of the other quadruple ales that I've had. Typically, the dark fruits kind of shine through, especially with the Chimay and the St. Bernardus, the Chimay Grand Reserve and the St. Bernardus App 12. This one is a little lighter on the dark fruit, and I'm getting more of like the banana notes from the Belgian yeast strain. It does smell very pleasant, though. The alcohol is not really coming through on the nose at 10.2%. You might expect that it would, but I'm not picking up any boozy characteristics on the aroma. It smells like a winner. So without further ado, let's get into this brew. Cheers, guys. Very nice. You're getting nice, very fine, prickly carbonation. So the carbonation is on the medium side. The body is on the medium side, but it's actually relatively light for 10.2% alcohol. You're definitely getting some dark fruit notes coming through, although not as much as I might like. I am getting a little bit of the date, a little bit of fig, maybe some plum in there. Um, not really too much raisin. Maybe a touch of raisin, but I'd like a little bit more of the raisin, actually. The banana note from the yeast is coming through kind of in the middle of the sip, along with that nice breadiness that you get with Belgian ales. There's a definite bready note, kind of like a spiced bread note in the middle of the sip. The finish is clean. It's crisp from the prickly carbonation. It is refreshing, albeit heavy, because it is, I mean, it's a 10.2% beer. It's as refreshing as a 10.2% beer can get, I guess, is the best way to put that. And I apologize. I apologize. I cannot talk today, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize for my blubbering. Anyway, very enjoyable beer. I've been very impressed with Boulevard beers so far. Their whiskey barrel stout is world class. The jam band is an A. I've had a few other ones, but this one is great as well. This one for me doesn't quite fall into the A range because I've had so many great Belgian quads. The St. Bernardus at 12 might be the very best one that I've had. The Chimay Grand Reserve is a close second, and then the Chimay Red Cap is also very excellent. This one falls a little bit short because it doesn't have as much of the dark fruit notes that I would like, and that Belgian candy sugar note that you get with the other ones, I'm not getting so much with this one, so this one's not quite as sweet. I would like it to be a little bit sweeter. I'd like the dark fruit to come through a little bit more. But other than that, it's still, I mean, it's still a very good representation of a Belgian quad, even though this is made right here in the good old United States of America. And I do think that Boulevard does a great job for it, but it just doesn't quite make it into that excellent range for me. The alcohol is masked very well. It is refreshing and relatively drinkable for a 10.2 percenter. Uh, but yeah, it just doesn't have that dark fruit depth that I was looking for. And a little bit more of the bananas coming through, which is okay, but I really wish some more fig, date, prune. I wish all of that was coming through a little bit more on the palate and on the aroma. It really wasn't that prevalent on the aroma either. So I wish I was getting a little bit more of that. That would have sent it into the A range for me, but it's still a great beer. I'm going to go with an 88 out of 100. It is great. I definitely recommend it. Maybe this would be one to go for if you're new into this style because it's kind of got a little bit of all of the different flavors, but it's not very strong. It's not as bold as I would like it. And the big thing for me is the dark fruit notes are lacking a little bit. They're there, but they're a little too subtle for me. They're a little too mild. I would like a little bit more boldness from the dark fruit character that you get with your typical quads that I'm not quite getting with this one. So anyway, 88 out of 100 for the Boulevard, the 6th glass quadruple ale. That'll do it for this beer review, guys. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. And until next time, everybody, cheers.